right, all right, all right. It's the David Washington Show. It is the David Washington Show. And I am David Washington. Hopefully, everyone can hear me right now. I hope I'm doing this right. I know I've got the music going on in the background. It is late. It is January 5th, Thursday. It's about 8:15, 8:20 in the evening. It has been quite the day. Quite the day. And I had started, this podcast earlier in the day. However, we didn't have any audio, and we were hooked up to, the podcast equipment. We spend a little fortune in this podcast equipment. We open up into another, room. We'll call our studio. But it's like went about 30 minutes and nothing but visual. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. But that's okay, because things happen for a reason. And in that original broadcast, I was talking about the heartbeat law that went into effect here in Florida. And it pretty much says, at 15 weeks, that's it. Your choice is in for an abortion here in Florida. After 15 weeks, it's illegal to seek a surgical abortion here in Florida. Your choices are over, in having an abortion and terminating the pregnancy. And we'll get to that. But first, before I get to that, I want to get to what's happening in Washington, D.C. right now. And that's the Congress, House of Representatives are trying to get a Speaker of the House. And before they can even swear in their members, the newest members of Congress, all members of Congress, you need a Speaker first. So for the last 3 days, there has not been a House of Representatives. Part of our government is not functioning. And the problem is that Representative-elect Kevin McCarthy, I think out of California, is fighting for his political future, if not his political life, and trying to become the Speaker of the House. And for 11 straight votes, they have not succeeded. They, meaning the Republicans, who have the majority number of members in the House of Representatives, they have not been able to elect Kevin McCarthy Speaker of the House. They have not met the threshold needed, the number of votes needed, 218, I believe, to have Kevin McCarthy, Republican Representative-elect Kevin McCarthy, Speaker of the House. And there's about 20 holdouts, the Freedom Caucus, whatever they want to call themselves, a very conservative, incredibly conservative, extreme right, some will say, portion of the Republican Party that is holding the Republican Party hostage. It's holding America hostage. But you know something? Democracy can be messy. But shit, I mean, come on, man. Talk about know where your votes are before you walk into the building. Really? 3 days, 11 straight votes. McCarthy's going to have to compromise a lot. As I was revealing earlier, and they just adjourned. I presume that they're adjourning because I was watching the proceedings, the vote this afternoon, this evening, and just until recently, and they voted to adjourn. The Democrats did not want to keep them on the floor and resolve this now, but they adjourned. I'm presuming they have adjourned till noon Friday, January 6th, 1 6, if that rings a bell. How fitting. But they're likely to resume voting tomorrow. They're going behind closed doors as the Republicans to work out some agreement. I read some of the things that were on the table earlier today, how appropriation bills were going to be handled, how one member can recall a speaker, the introduction of a budget a balanced budget amendment. Oh man, whole bunch of stuff that this caucus, two members of the caucus of the Freedom Caucus on the Ways and Means Committee, 20 members holding the Republican Party hostage. Trump couldn't do anything. Republican donors couldn't do anything. McCarthy could not sway any votes to resolve this. Democrats are standing strong, have fallen in line. Their votes have gone, all 212 votes have gone to Representative-elect Jeffries. They're good. Hakeem Jeffries. Good. From New York. Good. Stand strong, stand firm, stand together. This is what you guys voted for, Republicans. These are your people. This is your message. And for those Democrats who did not vote in the 2022 election, where your vote could have mattered, that could have mattered now, shame on you. Shame on you. Those Republicans who could have made a difference and did not vote. Shame on you. Those voters who decided to sit this one out, who decided not to educate themselves, the shame is on you. But this is representative democracy, and there are unintended consequences to our actions, and this is some of them as we see this play out in D.C. Man, in political consulting, what I want to know is where my votes are. I want to know where my votes are. Where are my people? Where are my peeps? And when we consult with our candidates, when those individuals who want to run for office, for those organizations who have causes that they want to promote, one of the first things we tell them, first of all, as Joel stated earlier, and you can't make this shit up, broadcast. Who the fuck are you? I mean, really, who are you? What makes you so special that you can run for office and represent your community? What makes you different? What makes you special? Besides that, and besides, well, what's your financial stake in this? Are you have any financial skin in the game? What is your personal investment? Besides that. Who supports you? Not the people that are in your ear who tell you, hey, I think you'll make a great candidate because you're on the radio. Oh, because you're a community leader. Oh, you're a nice person. Oh, because you got money. No. At the end of the day, we want to know where your support is. Where are your votes? Are you walking into this election with 50,000 votes like you're the mayor of the city of Orlando or the mayor of Orange County? That you already got 50,000 votes in your pocket? What makes you different? Everyone has a message, but what makes that message, what will make that message move people, motivate people to vote, persuade people to vote, energize them, inspire them to vote? What makes you different? These elections have unintended consequences. In 2018, then candidate Ron DeSantis defeated candidate Andrew Gillum by a very slim margin. Folks came out. Yeah, they came out. Things could have been done better, by the Gillum campaign. But in 2022, the Dems didn't show up. The worst turnout in some areas of Florida for Democrats ever. Ever. We had to go beyond the 1900s into the 1800s. I don't know when the state of Florida was first. I don't know. But the turnout was shit. And now there's a super majority in the Florida legislature. You have a Republican, Trump-esque governor in DeSantis. Democrats, what do? You can have so many meetings, you can have so many demonstrations and rallies. Where are the people registering, folks? Where are the people in the street, on the corners, at the grocery stores, at the tax collector's office for folks getting their driver's license or their tax renew? Where are the folks registering? Democrats, or for the Republicans registering Republicans? How bad do you want it, Democrats? Or really? Where's this plan? Where's the Stacey Abrams plan for Florida? I got one. 20 points. Borrowed here, stole there, came up with a lot of it myself. You'll hear it. It'll come to you. You'll see it. But what are the unintended consequences of this, of these very restrictive, they're restrictive laws, heartbeat laws, abortion bans, as some opponents of these laws will say, is a rise in vasectomies. Since Roe v. Wade was found unconstitutional back in July of 2022, there has been an 850% increase in searches for vasectomies on the internet. 850% increase in searches for vasectomies. In some areas of the country are seeing upwards of 54% increase in appointments. Where some clinics have seen, doctors' offices have seen, maybe 100 vasectomies a year. Now they're on target of doing 400, 500 a year. Yeah, men are wising up, exercising their right to reproductive freedom. Personally, I'm pro-choice. A woman, her partner, their doctor, their clergy, priest, rabbi, whatever, imam. That's their. That's a conversation for them. Abortion should be made safe and legal to a point where it is reasonable to terminate a pregnancy. And we've had that. We've had that standard set. Now it's been rolled back to 15 weeks here in Florida. Again, some opponents would say that 15 weeks. Some women don't know that that they're pregnant at that time. Proponents are all about the sanctity of life, all life. How about adopting some of these children that are available for adoption and living in foster care? How about that? Let's start there. Just a couple of days ago, the FDA approved the sale of Milfalex or something like Milfaprex RU-486, the abortion pill, for over-the-counter use now, over-the-counter sale. That's right. You may not be able to get an abortion by going to a doctor's clinic anymore, the few that are left out there, but you may soon be able to buy the abortion pill at your local pharmacy without a prescription, over the counter, right there. Another option for exercising your freedom of reproductive health choices. Oh, this battle is far from over, and it's a battle that I'd rather step out of. If I have my opinion, I'm pro choice, so forth and so on. I'm not going to impede someone's right to make a decision about their own reproductive rights, their own reproductive health care, their family planning, what happens in their homes. That's none of my business because I don't want people to be in my business and tell me that me and my girlfriend should not marry. Me and my girlfriend, I have a vasectomy, so I don't have to worry about having babies. But what if I didn't have one? And what if there was an unintended pregnancy? I don't want the government to tell me. I don't want other people to tell me, no, you can't. You cannot exercise your right to reproductive health choices. No, 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 no. I don't want my choices limited either. Yeah, the fight's not over. This fight is going to continue here in Florida and elsewhere. But the heartbeat law or the abortion ban here in Florida will continue. The battle will continue. I'd rather there not be abortions, but I understand we're human. We're biological creatures. And sometimes life interrupts reality, or reality interrupts life. It depends on how you want to see this. Hmm. It's an interesting time this week. It's the new year. We're in for a fun ride, folks. A fun ride. And 2023 is going to be an exciting year for us here at Jay in Washington. By the way, please watch our other podcast, The Morning Constitution with Joel Hawksley. You Can't Make This Shit Up with Joel and myself, David Washington, and of course the David Washington Show. Please subscribe, like, share, get the word out, hit the notification button so you know when we're going live. I typically, or when our next video is coming up. My show is usually Thursday evenings. It'll be broadcast about 8 o'clock. Something to, sit back and lay in bed and, listen to while you read a nice book or whatever. We got some really exciting things coming. Some really exciting things. We've got our Influence Club. It's a business networking club. We have Political Salsa. It's going to be the greatest show in Central Florida, celebrating culture and politics. I'm really excited about that. We'll have a newsletter coming out. We've got so much going on, so much, and we really want you to be a part of this. Visit us on our socials. We're Twitter. We're on Facebook, Meta, Instagram. We'll be opening our Discord to the public through our Bringing America Together again. Hey, we had a podcast. We first started off, Joel and I, doing the Bringing America Together podcast. Search your histories in YouTube and check that out. Those were a blast. Hopefully in 5 years, looking back on all this and going back to the origins, we'll get a good laugh out of those, and maybe learn something. However, we're going to give you what we hope is the best experience about politics that we can offer locally. We're going to have guests on our You Can't Make This Shit Up podcast, on location shows. There's so much going on. It's unbelievable. And we want you to be a part of it. So please let the world know. Share the word. Spread the word. Okay? We really appreciate everything that you are and that you're tuning in. And maybe you're tuning in tonight, tomorrow, a year from now, 5 years, 10 years from now. Hopefully what we give you is useful, especially for those individuals who want to represent their communities. Bring the best ideas forward. That's what we're all about. This is season 2, episode 1. It's New Year 2023. Thank you for being here with us. We'll see you next week.